empathy is extremely important. During COVID-19, I always used to say this is not the time for organizations to try to make money out of customers. This is the time where organizations show that they understand consumers and customers, try to support them in their daily lives as much as possible. And once you do that, once you capture the hearts and the minds of consumers and customers, you will be able to win them on the long run.
Hi all, welcome to Engati CX. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming Hussein Dajani to our interview series. I am Drishti Shah from the Engati team, and let's begin with just a quick intro of Engati. Engati is the world's leading multilingual no-code chatbot platform, available across 14 channels with 30,000 bots created across 186 countries in every domain and use case. Engati has also been recognized as a top platform by INC.com, Tech World, CIO, and many others. We run the Engati blog, video channel, and the Engati CX podcast, receiving upwards of 300,000 visitors annually. And now for our guest. Hussein is the General Manager of Digital and Customer Experience at Nissan Motor Co. He has over 17 years of solid marketing communication experience with multinational agencies like JWT, Leo Burnett, and client-side companies like Fortune 500 companies, Virgin Mobile, and Red Bull. He received the renowned WPP Young High Potential Leaders Award from Sir Martin Sorrell and was featured in the 50 most influential digital marketing leaders listing for 2017. Furthermore, Hussein has been ranked among the top 10 people changing the Markham language landscape in the Middle East and North Africa region by the Huffington Post. So, hi, Hussein. We are really thrilled to have you on Engati.
Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure being with you. I would like to wish you, our listeners, their friends, and their families all the best during such turbulent times.
Thank you so much. So, I'd like to begin with the first question that I have for you is that how is the automotive industry transforming with the COVID crisis? And what should be the biggest trend change?
See, Drishti, COVID-19 came and hit us really hard. And when it first started, it started in China. And everybody thought that, it's just going to be maintained in the Asia side of the world. It's definitely not going to come to our part of the world. And suddenly overnight, it started sweeping everywhere from Europe, Americas, and the Middle East and Africa regions. It caught us by surprise, and it changed things upside down. So immediately what we started noticing is the panic happened, obviously, among the mass people. But from the business side, we started noticing people are not coming to the showrooms anymore whenever they want to check vehicles. The footfall towards the service centers as well, where they take their car for maintenance, has dropped. So basically what we saw is the appetite is decreasing a lot, not because they're not interested in buying vehicles, but because of the security factor of things. And this was the turning point for us to sit down all together, different departments, and really look at what are the challenges that we're facing. At the end of the day, we're not an NGO, we are a company, and we need to sell in order to be able to survive. And so what we did is we sat down and we put a plan together. So we started looking at all the challenges that we're facing as an organization. People are not coming to the showroom. Okay, so how do we bring the showroom towards the people? And this is where we developed something like a 360 vehicle, showroom and a vehicle walkthrough, where you can, from sitting on your couch at home, you will be able to enter the showroom as if you are entering it in person. You will be able to see the cars from the outside and the inside. Yet again, let's say you're interested in speaking to a sales consultant, but you're not there in person in the showroom. So what we did is we introduced a video call with sales consultants, where basically also you will be able to be sitting at home and doing a video call with a sales consultant over there. We enabled finance solutions like finance calculators in order for you to calculate your EMI. We introduced pre-finance applications where you can apply for a loan online and see if you're eligible for it. We introduced chatbot solutions where you will be able to get answers for anything you need. We launched Order Online, where if you are interested in a certain vehicle, you can actually order it online and have it delivered at your doorstep. We introduced a home test drive, where if you're scared of going to the showroom, Basically, a sales consultant will come to you wherever you are, and you will do a test drive. And for the existing customers, we introduced for them door-to-door service maintenance, where basically if they want to take their vehicle for a service maintenance and they're scared, we come, take their vehicle, do the full service maintenance for it, and return it back to them. So we really developed a series of customer-centric solutions in order to make the lives of customers or consumers much more easy, and for us to appear towards customers as a brand that really understands their fears, is empathetic, really shows the empathy side of it, and is very much customer centric. But in order to develop such solutions, Drishti, there are a lot of responsibilities from our side as well. When you're developing a video call with a sales consultant, you're telling suddenly the sales consultant in your showroom that now you're going to start selling a car over a video call. And this is something he did not do before. So a lot of education is required, a lot of training is required. And this is the trend that we went through.
Yeah.
We kept monitoring what's happening in other industries, not necessarily just ours, and everybody is moving towards digital. The new normal, if you want to call it that way, is really changing the way businesses operate by adopting the right digital solutions that will cater to customers' needs, wants, and at the same time that will deliver on the business objectives of organizations.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. But companies like yours, I guess, are looking like taking up the challenges and taking up the risks, and focusing on how you can make the customer experience better. And I guess that is what is going to benefit companies like yours in the long run.
Drishti, if I come 10 years ago, if I come and tell you, do you need an internet? You will tell me, no, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Come now, if I come and tell you, can I take away from you your internet? You will tell me, no way, I cannot live without it.
Yeah.
So, but there was a visionary person who came and introduced a smartphone, a mobile phone that works on an internet, regardless of whether people needed it or not,
Yes.
because he anticipated the trends that are coming. And this is what differentiates the company that are laggards and the company which are trendsetters. We tried as much as possible to really become a trendsetter by really accelerating the customer-centric solutions that we're introducing and really showing consumers, customers, all of those, that we really understand them, care about them, and we are ready to deliver the things that they are expecting from us to deliver on.
Yeah, definitely. That's the first step to make customer experience better. And
absolutely. I mean, empathy plays a very important role, understanding your customers, and then taking risks. Of course, there are measurable risks, but taking risks as long as you have the right foundation, as in you have the right data that validates that basically doing such a solution will benefit your business. So, yes.
Right.
And again, you see, many people get scared from introducing new solutions because they will tell you, I don't need extra cost to be paying it right now. Already the business is going through tough times.
Yes.
But the thing is, those solutions that we're introducing them, true that they were developed because of COVID-19, but those solutions are going to live post the COVID-19 because the customer behavior is changing. And this is what we call the new normal. So post COVID-19, customers are going to expect from us that we're actually delivering those solutions.
It's going to be now there for a long time now till something else comes in.
Absolutely, definitely that. Yeah. And we're seeing a major, if you want, trend happening, especially when it comes to the e-commerce. You know, who would buy a car online? You know, it's the second biggest investment that you're doing in your life, but it's actually happening. So in India, we launched e-commerce over there where people can buy our vehicles online. And we're seeing this happening. We introduced it in Abu Dhabi, and we are introducing it in many other markets. So e-commerce is the way to go. If you look at most other OEMs, everybody is trying to jump into that bandwagon.
Yeah, that's true. So when you talk about the automation and the digital transformation, so how does data bring this revolution, and how does it change the way the industry operates currently?
So you said the magic word, which is data. You see, while it's great that we introduced all those solutions, let me tell you one thing. We are very conscious that those solutions are not rocket science. What does it mean is that putting a certain piece of technology Anybody can do it. It's
Yes.
really not. But the real rocket science is, how do you actually, what kind of data do you capture out of that solution? How do you analyze that data? And how do you basically report on that data? And basically, when I'm saying analyze, is how do you, the data that you get out of it, how do you go through it in order to make sure that the actual solution that you developed is delivering on your business objective, and at the same time delivering on the customer expectations, and what needs to be enhanced to take it to the next level.
Yes.
So data is fueling everything that we're doing, and it's extremely important for us. So we created dashboards where we monitor everything that's happening, because the ultimate objective for us is not to introduce solution. The ultimate objective for us is to deliver a seamless, frictionless customer experience journey, which means how you move from one journey to the other, or you start using one solution and you move towards the next solution, is happening very swiftly, and the customer is enjoying what they are doing. And the data is what speaks all of that for us. So be it from the visits, the bounce rates, the qualified visits, the leads, all of that, we monitor all of those and we dig deep into them. And then when we start talking about the automation part, be it the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, those are pieces of technologies that we use them but after we put the basics in, as in after we identify what are our business objectives, what kind of data are we capturing, and then we make the engine work, be it the artificial intelligence or the machine learning, in order to serve our purpose. You see, if you don't have a clear business objective from the beginning, and if you really don't know what data you're capturing and why do you need that data, what will it help you with, no matter what you introduce, it's just data floating in your company.
Right.
You need to make sure that the systems are connected very well. That piece of data is actually connected all the way to till the end, from the start till the end, so that you can read it properly, analyze it properly, and report on it in a proper way.
Yeah.
And that becomes key.
Yeah. Actually, you have addressed the biggest problem that people are facing in digital transformation today, that people are just adopting technologies because of the fear of missing out that somebody else is doing and we are not, but they do not have clear objectives defined. And
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot. Unfortunately, we're seeing that a lot, where digital transformation is becoming more of a buzzword rather than an actual mission of organizations. So anybody can engage in a digital transformation, but without a clear purpose and a clear defined business objective, no matter what you do, no matter how much you spend, it will never deliver on what you are intending to get out of it. So that's the utmost important. So that's something we focus a lot on. So me, as my function, working in the customer experience department, I partner very closely with my ISIT counterpart, and I partner very closely with my market intelligence team. Those two departments are the core departments that I work very closely with. Of course, I work with the other ones, but those are the core ones, because the ISIT is where I come from the business side, and I define to them what exactly do I want. They help me with setting up the infrastructure and connecting the systems together. Then I go to my market intelligence team and I tell them, this is what I'm doing. This is the infrastructure that I have. This is the kind of data that I'm getting out of it. And this is my ultimate objective from doing all this exercise. Please help me in analyzing the data that's coming out. And what kind of surveys do we need to start doing in order to be able to capture whether it was an effective thing or not?
Yeah. This bridge that you're talking about, right? That is actually needed in the organizations today.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what really differentiates, the front runners from the ones sitting back in the back end. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Companies like Netflix, companies like Apple, companies like Spotify. Those companies are all built based on the data side of things. All those companies, without being able to read the data, analyze the data, their platforms or their solutions would have failed a long time ago.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. So, do you think that these technologies will be adopted in an accelerated basis? And how do you see this progressing?
Do I see it going at an accelerated way? Yes, definitely. I'm seeing a lot of companies jumping into the digital bandwagon, adopting, innovative technological solutions. Yet, just like we talked before,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the experiences are very broken. The journeys are very disconnected because they just wanted to jump on the bandwagon, but without ensuring that their infrastructure is solid and intact. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to seeing a lot of organizations jump into that digital transformation hype. But what will happen is sooner or later they're going to realize that actually it's not delivering on their business objectives. And this is where they will take a pause and start questioning why did that happen, and they will start fixing their enablers. So I think what COVID-19 did is it put the the play button on all those companies to realize that it's no longer a nice to have. Your digital transformation plans are no longer a nice to have, but a must have. And this is where they all started. I think what's yet to come is when they get slapped with the business results, the fact that those digital transformation plans that they've done did not deliver on their business objectives. This is where they will take a pause and say, okay, what went wrong? And here's where the consultancy businesses will be able to benefit a lot, because this is where the consultants would come in and tell them this is how you went wrong and where you went wrong.
Yeah.
So, but definitely we started in that trend. I mean, I'm looking at financial institutions, I'm looking at hospitality, I'm looking at aviation, I'm looking at telecom. All those industries have definitely jumped on that. Yet some of them mastered it very well and got the right talents internally to be able to drive that agenda. Some of them, unfortunately, were not so lucky about it. It was not the hype than anything. But I'm quite happy that the term digital transformation is no longer just a buzzword. It's a term that's being discussed inside management meetings and in the board meetings. So that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is like there's a hype cycle for every new technology that comes in. And right now, AI and machine learning, chatbots, these are at the top of the hype cycle where everybody's talking about it and also implementing this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Look, social distancing has also come up with a lot of technological solutions. The fact that we need to distance the people from each other in the workplace, this plays a very big role, and this is where innovative solutions like augmented realities, virtual realities, machine learning will come into play at a very big role. This is where the world of wearables will come in at a very high place. It's definitely, I can tell you, it's definitely an interesting era we're living. I mean, for me personally, in the field that I work in, I'm very happy because of COVID-19, putting aside, the unfortunate losses of life that we've had. But from a career perspective and from a passion towards what I do at my workplace, COVID-19 was really the great thing in moving all plans, which were very much considered as nice to have, into really having the green light to execute them and to believe in them and to see the benefit of them.
Yeah.
I'm a very, if you want, lucky person to have a management that really believed in the power of what we're doing and endorsed it all the way. So that's something really great, and you don't find it in many organizations.
Yeah, it is not actually. You have set like a really good example on how even in the crisis somebody can reach out, like go out of their way for the customers, and that's the biggest thing that you can give to your customers.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a great thing.
Yeah.
And when I come and compare what Nissan is doing versus competition, I'm really proud to see what the teams have been able to deliver. We were able to really set ourselves from competition in a great way. And that's something to be proud about, obviously.
Yes, definitely. So, how will conversational AI play a role in this digital transformation?
See, so Drishti, what I was saying is like we introduced chatbots, for instance. So chatbots is all based on conversational AI. And again, if you have the right infrastructure, if you have the right customer experience journey, conversational AI will come and play a very big role in any organization. It all started with Alexa and with Google Home, where and Siri and so on and so forth. All of those are voice enabled and are AI conversational tools. This is definitely we're starting to see the start of it. It's definitely going to grow a lot, and voice search accounts to about now, I think, more than 70% of all searches worldwide. So, which tells you that voice is playing a very big role, AI is playing a very big role, and we're seeing many organizations moving into that. Now, banking. So banking is happening. You call the call center, and you get an AI that's answering you. And it's moving towards that. I think you're seeing the hype. WhatsApp in India is extremely big. You're based in India yourself, and WhatsApp in India is huge over there. So we're seeing a lot of businesses moving into the WhatsApp business messenger solutions. And we saw last week how WhatsApp in Brazil introduced, now you can do transfer of payments through WhatsApp, and you can actually do your payments through WhatsApp. I think a great learning worldwide was WeChat in China. The way they did it, it became a part of a way of life, a way of living. Where, especially when you're talking about the contactless societies we're moving towards, where we're basically, you don't hold the money paper anymore, but rather you do everything digitally. So conversational AI, I see it growing a lot. And it's going to accelerate at a much faster pace than it was before. It was before of more of a nice to have, or if you have a conversational AI, you're like a niche brand testing it. Now, I think companies are going to start realizing that it's no longer a nice to have, but a must, a low-hanging fruit for the organization to adopt it. So they're going to be putting their efforts behind enabling it, growing it, and teaching it.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. So, regarding digital transformation or customer experience, do you have any other thoughts that you would like to leave our audiences with?
Look, I said it before, and I will say it again. Customer experience, whoever is working in customer experience, they need to consider themselves as really the voice of the customer, or basically the ambassador of the customer in the organization. Your role is extremely crucial because every single touch point with the customer or consumer, you're responsible for it, and either physically or digitally. I'm not talking only digitally, it's both of them together. So basically, you are really responsible for all of those. You have a very big role to play in breaking the silos in your organization and making sure everybody's talking to each other, connecting with each other, understanding each other's plans, so that you can really draw a whole customer experience journey mapping. Data plays a very important role. Do not disregard the data. So you need to be able to build the dashboards and to monitor those data on a continuous basis, draw learnings out of them, and really show how the data that you've been able to get out of the solutions have played a role in enhancing the offering that you're doing. Third of all, customer experience is a fairly new function in many organizations. So it's your duty and your responsibility to be able to show senior management about the real return on experience from all the solutions and projects that you're developing. Because at the end of the day, customer experience solutions account for investments. And you really need to show management how those investments that you're putting are actually delivering on business returns. This is extremely important. Be passionate about what you're doing. You are really responsible for that. Every single frontliner should be able to know about the solutions that you're developing, be that a salesperson, be that a social media community manager, be that a call center agent. All of those, you are responsible for them. They might not necessarily report into you, but you are the one who puts the right processes in place and the educational toolkits in order to be able to support them. And then again, empathy is extremely important. During COVID-19, I always used to say this is not the time for organizations to try to make money out of customers. This is the time where organizations show that they understand consumers and customers, try to support them in their daily lives as much as possible. And once you do that, once you capture the hearts and the minds of consumers and customers, you will be able to win them on the long run. And so empathy is extremely important. Really be empathetic. Always consider the customer, because at the end of the day, you as a person, you are a customer of another organization. So, think about your customer, how he or she will feel when interacting with you, and try to break those pain points into winning points. That's extremely important. Publish a lot of case studies, because the outward community need to see a lot of case studies about customer experience projects and innovations. And don't be scared of testing. Test and learn, test and learn. So when you want to launch a certain solution, you don't necessarily need to launch it on a big scale. Do it on a small pilot. See if it's performing well, then take it and roll it out. I mean, I will give you a perfect example. India as a market, India is like 10 countries in one country. It's a huge country. So we don't take a certain solution and roll it out across all of India. What we do is either we launch it in Delhi or in Mumbai or any of the other cities. We test it there. If it works, then we take it on a large scale. That's extremely important. It's a very interesting task if you work in the customer experience. It's a challenging one, but a very rewarding one. um, uh, choose the heroes in the organization who you will partner with in order to take that mission forward. And again, always focus on the customer, not in putting just the word customer in a PowerPoint presentation, but really acting as in showing how you care about the customer by rolling out what the customer expects.
Those are really like gold words and words to live by, Hussein, I would say.
Thank you very much, Trishi. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for giving us your time, and the insights and the examples that you have shared are really valuable, and the audience is really, really going to enjoy this interview as I have.
Thank you very much, Trishti. And don't forget to go to Nissan India's website. You will like a lot the solutions that we have there. The virtual showroom, you will actually enjoy it a lot. Stay safe, please. And thank you very much for this great opportunity. To our audience, thank you very much for listening. I hope this was an interesting conversation for you.
Yeah. So we'll be back with a new episode with a brand new expert soon. So stay tuned and we'll see you around for the next one. Goodbye.